It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
To kick off for Seattle.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Oh, good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there?
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this one.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
27 yards there, a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
The tackle made by Jordan.
Every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown taking it in. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And this one through the uprights and good.
That ties the game at 7. Justin Tucker.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 15. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. These two teams all tied after 1.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Buying time to his left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Jackson from the shotgun. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And now nothing but green ahead of him. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This is Carson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown! Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 38 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
Circle round twice for the If you know, you know.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man. Complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 77 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 6. All of a 360. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He sets to fire deep. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And all the way in and touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28, Ravens 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a 1-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does besides boost their confidence? It doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within 1 score and striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked on all week long.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
First down, Seattle.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he stopped immediately there.
Carson, the ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They go play action with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Bring it! It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start.
And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 68 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
It is good.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are all tied at 28.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
He's taken down.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick-6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point now coming from Myers. And things are getting good now. We're heating up, tied at 35.
The game, 35-35. Jason Myers to kick.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10. At their own.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
By the Seahawks.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. And we got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
On the tackle. A 3-yard pick.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
14, DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Seahawks 42, Ravens 35. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
Edwards, the ball.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
8-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, it's Edwards. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
That's good.
It'll be a gain of 4. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson going to look to do it himself. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And a tackle credited to Deshaun Elliott, the safety.
It's a pickup of 3.
Play action. It's Wilson. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
First down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 41 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Ravens 35. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a carry for Dobbins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Dobbins, the ball carrier. Shaquem Griffin.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Take off your helmet and give me a
bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Ravens.
The this game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them. I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. They go play action now. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. He finds an opening past the 40. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
On the carry.
Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hat. Grabs the lunch pail and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.